What up, what up, what up? What up, what up, what up? So this is me sharing my screen of my NASDAQ trade. And also I'm gonna show you guys the process basically that I go through in order to analyze and understand where the price is going to go when it comes to trading these future pairs, right? So I only trade the NASDAQ and gold, you can see right here. Bitcoin is just for I'm just practicing and I'm it's a new pair that I started trading. So I'm really just practicing on Bitcoin and seeing if basically it moves the same way that future pairs move. I don't really, um, I'm not really a big fan of Bitcoin like that because Bitcoin is very volatile, more volatile than gold and Nasdaq combined. I believe so because it's just all over the place, man. The speculations, the rumors, the influence that people have on Bitcoin is crazy, especially the people holding the most Bitcoin, the American government. So even gold as well, they have the biggest gold reserve and also the biggest, reserve. They have the biggest number of gold. So the largest amount of gold is owned by the U.S. government, and also same thing for Bitcoin. So it's important to stay aware and up to date with the US government news, right? So without further ado, let's get started and let's get to what I, do in order to prepare myself to take a trade. Now you can see that my chart is already, it's already basically, I already analyzed, you know, my chart, right? But for you guys, just for you guys, I'm just gonna redo it, right? I'm gonna explain to you, go through the whole process and why I did what I did, why I marked the zones, what is the importance of marking these zones. Listen, trading is not it's not it's difficult, yes, but it's the easiest, most difficult thing that you can learn, right? It's just comes down to inner, right? We often try to find answers from the outside, but you know, it's all inside you. Okay, understand that the issues is not on the screen, it's not on the outside, it's inside. Okay, you have to look inner. What can I do? What am I doing right, and how can I improve it? What are you doing? Don't you understand? You know what I'm saying? And it all comes from here. All right, so if you can understand yourself and try to control yourself the better you can, the better you will perform in the real world. So, without further ado, I know I already said that, but yeah, let's get started. So, let's start with gold. Start with gold. So let me just, you know what? Instead of redoing everything, I just want to explain. So let's go in the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame. So we got gold that really spiked very high. Okay, um, since the beginning of the year. Wait, give me a second. I'm just gonna move this, right? 2025, August, May, and January, right here. To identify that. Sorry for the noise. I have my mic and I forgot that. Oh, it's turned off. Dead. Oh shoot. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me just keep my mic close to me so you guys can hear. So since the beginning of the year, you can see right here, '06. Let's do 30th of December. Okay. Since the beginning of the year, you see how gold really gained a lot of momentum and increased in price significantly. Like we're talking about thousands of pips. Okay. Tens of thousands of pips. Okay. So let's see. Let me just measure the distance right here. We're talking about crazy amount of pips. Like if you were to buy right here and held it and hold gold until now, you'll be up so high. It's crazy. Okay. So I forgot how to read this. I forgot how to read this. I think it's 175,000 pips or something like that, right? 170, hundreds of thousands of pips. It's crazy. Gold moves so fast and it's very volatile. And when you understand how to trade gold, you can literally make wonders. You can literally make miracles. Like it's crazy. Um, Not to say that I've made miracles, but I just know the possibility and I know what's possible because I've seen it, right? And yeah, so right here on the weekly, I don't know why I keep switching off. So on a weekly, identify the higher high. So this is a limit. This is the highest gold went this year or ever, right? The highest it went, it's in the 4,381, as you can see right here. Now, that is our higher high. After that, it fell. It created a higher low. Okay, this is the higher low. This is the lowest we've been since the bull push, since the bullish major push, since September, or yeah, since August, basically end of August. Okay, so higher low, then it created a lower high right here. Okay, but it did not create another higher low. That's why I don't believe that gold is in a bullish trend, because it did not create a higher low. If it was to create a higher low, then we would assume that gold is going down to the next resistance level that was broken. So this one, right here, 3,500, 3,500 zone, right? So since it didn't do that, it created actually a higher low. Um, Not a higher low. What am I saying? A lower high. Lower high? No. Oh no, it created a higher low. It didn't create a lower low. That's what I meant. Okay, a lower low. Sorry about that. It's a lower low. Yeah. So if it was to create another low right here, it would be a lower low, right? Okay. But instead it created a higher low. So I gotta make it quick because I have like at least 2 minutes left on my camera. It's gonna die. Um, yeah, so it created a higher low. That's why I believe that gold is going up to this next target, to this next lower high, right? Let's go into daily. Let me just show you guys real quick. Keep in mind, this is my first video. I'll be posting more videos like this. That's why I'm talking very fast and I'm going fast. But understand that gold is going to this next level, so which is the 4,245 zone, right? Fuck. SD card is full. So let me just keep going from my computer. And yeah, let you guys know where gold is moving. Like I already said, gold is going to this next target. Sorry, that's why I wrote next target right here. Okay, let's go in a 4 hour. Okay, we see that the daily is bullish, the weekly is bullish, the monthly is bullish. Okay, we see this. It's very clear that gold is in a very bullish momentum, right? We got rejected right here, but we're still going up. Okay, and we're going, we created a higher low down here, okay? Meaning we're going to test the next lower high, okay? We're going up. 4 hours, it's kind of in a range right now, and I'm gonna explain to you guys how to read ranges, because in all this chaos, a lot of people give up when they see all this chaos and they're like, okay, I don't know where it's going. But it's easy to understand where price is going to go, or it's more likely to go, because there is answers within this chaos that you see right here. Okay, so let's go into 1 hour and I'll show you guys how to understand this. But from what you can see right here is I just identified if gold is breaking highs, because if it's breaking highs, then we're going up. Okay, if it's breaking lows, then we're going lower. We're going to the bottom, right? You see this low right here? I'm just gonna change the color so that it matches the basically the theme, the color theme. So there we go. So this is a low, right? This low wasn't broken. Okay, it wasn't broken at all. Okay, it went up, created a higher low. No, I mean a lower high, right? Or not? Created a higher high. I'm gonna cut this part off, okay? Because I don't want to sound like I'm confusing myself, okay? Because look, this is a higher high, okay? Forget about the lower high that's up here, okay? Forget about that for now. Okay, this is a higher high. This is a lower high. I mean, oh my God. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Okay, this is a higher high. This is a lower low. Okay, higher low. I mean, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, equal high, higher low. You see what I'm saying? You see the transition. We went from a higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Okay, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower high, higher low. This is where everything changed. Okay, because we had a higher low, then we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, equal high, higher low. We had a higher low, meaning that the pressure is much more bullish. Okay, so now we transition from here. This is where the transition was made. This zone right here. Let me identify it. Okay. Sorry if I sounded confused for a little minute right there. I was just trying to figure out like um, the whole trend, but you know we got back to our senses and now we understand what's going on. This is where the transition happened, and if we go in the 1 hour, okay, we can just repeat the same thing. We just keep repeating the same thing. Is it breaking highs or is it breaking lows? Okay, you have to ask yourself. If this high is broken, that means it's going up. It was broken, retested, broken again. This other high was broken. Okay, broken, boom. It wasn't retested. Boom, it went up, down. It went down here. Was this low broken? That's my camera. Was this low broken? Yes, it was broken, but no, it was a fake out. Came back up, made equal highs, came back down. Low wasn't broken yet. Came back up. Okay, this is higher high, um, lower high. But while it's doing lower highs, it's doing higher lows. Okay, we're getting higher lows. So this is like a divergence type of scenario where it's going down, but we see that it's going up. Okay, and you know what happens because we had the buyers coming in here. So the next move is most likely going to be the bullish pressure that wins because see we got higher lows right here, lower highs, but it's still in this zone right here where this high was broken. Okay, it's still above this supply right here. I mean support. You know, resistance turns support. It's still above. So if it breaks this, then we're for sure going up here. But we're waiting. We're waiting. Okay, and while we're waiting, let's do our best to understand. Let's do our best to understand this range. What's going on in this range, right? So you can see right here. Keep in mind, this is my first video, so I don't expect it to be perfect. Um, so yeah, that's why you see me making a lot of mistakes. But I understand that it's my first video and I don't need to be perfect. But I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying and you guys are actually taking notes and actually trying to understand this, because once you understand this, you're gonna unlock something new, something that will help you for the rest of your trading career if this is what you want to do. And this is just what I want to share. And I'm not asking for anything. I'm not asking for your money. I'm just showing you how it's done and making you understand that trading is much easier than what you think. Okay. So now let's try to understand this range. Okay. Let's go into 1 hour. We see that it broke the high, came back lower than this support, but it was a fake out. This is all fake out, smart money fake outs, right? It's all to fake people out. This. Okay. It's like a range. The range here was broken. Now we got a new range. Highest, lowest part of the range, right? Now, let's do this. Bring this back. Okay. And let's try to understand this. Okay. All right. So let's picture this. This is a range, right? Let's draw it in red. I'm gonna draw everything red. Put it at 40%. 40%. We don't like it too dark, right? 40% is good. So this is the range, right? This is the range. This is a fake out. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna take this low. Okay. Yeah. 15 minutes. Let's go into 15 minutes. Now, this is the range. When we identify a range, we try to identify also a sub range. So what is a sub range? Is a range within a range, right? Because when we got a range, we got basically range in range. We got a range. It's like a tongue twister, right? We got a range within a range. So I call it a sub range, right? So we got the highest point right here. Okay, we can draw this. We can make it thinner, you know, depends on you, right? What you prefer. What you prefer, right? So we got the official range, which it is, and we got a sub range. Okay. Let's write here sub range. Okay, sub range. Supply demand. So subrange supply, subrange demand. This is the official range. Okay. Range supply. Okay. This is the range supply. We're not gonna make it too long because there's no point in making it too long. It's just like we're just making it too long for no reason. But we want to keep it as simple as possible. So range demand, right? Range demand, right? Let's lock it. Subrange. Subrange. Come on. All right. So everything is locked. Now we can understand better what is going on. Okay, simply by that. Now, range started. Broke this high right here. Boom, fake out. They literally liquidated all these buyers. Okay, broke this. People that bought here liquidated. Okay, And people that sold here liquidated. People that sold again right here liquidated them. Okay, so we see highs like these. Are these highs broken? Broken for a minute. Boom. Then it created a low. Okay, let's just follow the price. Created a low right here. This low was broken, retested, but came back. Okay, came back to this range, small sub range right here. Okay, came back to this range right here. Boom, retested this range. Boom, broken again. Okay, low was broken, came back, created a high, but boom, sold, created a higher low. Okay, higher low. From this higher low, like we can literally identify this is a lower low. This is a lower low. This is a higher low. Okay. It's a higher low. Okay. It's an equal low, right? Equal low. Equal low, right? We got an equal low right here. Equal low, you know what that means? Okay. We got an equal low. We got a higher low, higher, lower low, um equal high. Okay, we got an equal high right here. Let's do this. Equal high. Equal high. Higher high. Okay. Um Higher low. Higher low. Um Lower high. Lower high. Lower high. Equal high, equal high, equal high. So we got equal highs right here. Higher low, higher high, equal high. Okay? Equal high. This is what it is. Okay, this is what it is exactly. What is going on is this. This is what's going on. See, this is a 23-minute video. It shows you exactly. It looks like chaos because it is. It is chaos. We're in a range. Okay, what do you expect? Okay, we're in a range. It's chaos. It's chaotic, but you can understand the chaos at least. Okay, to know exactly what's going on. Okay, now here we don't know exactly what can happen, but we know uh, what what is most likely to happen. We don't know exactly what can happen, what will happen, but we know what is most likely to happen, and that is what is most important. Okay, so we got equal lows right here. Okay, or a higher low. Okay, this could be a higher low, but I put it as equal low because you can take it from the points. You see the pointy points right here, the spikes. Pop. This is a higher low. This could be a higher low as well. Okay, actually, let's do that. Okay, this is a higher low, and this is a higher low as well. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Why do I say this? Okay, let me show you. Because this, boom, there you go. There you go. If you follow this, it's going high. Okay, this is lower, this is a little higher, and this is way higher than this. Okay, so it's going up. The pressure is driving the price up. Okay, now, like I said, we have higher high. I mean, We have yeah, higher high. We have lower high. Okay, higher high, lower high, and another lower high. I mean LH, lower high, right? Now we're just gonna wait and see where price goes. It's either gonna create another higher low and then another higher high to break this high right here. But it's better we just wait and see what's going on. Okay, like it looks like chaos, but it also looks organized. So you can see right here what is going on. Okay, just by identifying the higher highs, higher lows, the supply and demand zones. Okay, just price action, you can understand basically what's going on within the chart, right? Same thing for NASDAQ. NASDAQ, I already drew everything. So it's the same thing as what I told you guys. So you can go on the daily, you can see that I drew all the important supply and demand zones, right? All the important supply and demand zones right here. They're drawn. I haven't really named them, but you can see, you can understand from just looking at it. Okay, the target is here. Why? Because as you can see, you had this high was broken, created another high that was broken, created another high that came down here as a fake out. This is a spike. This is liquidity grabbed, okay, by the market makers, the people who trade big amounts. They grab liquidity. They just sold and they bought again. Okay, they sold. They took their money. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the whole structure, but the whole structure stays intact because look, this lower here was broken, but then boom, came back up, made it equal high, came back down, okay, creating a higher low, okay, then broke this high right here, okay, then came back to retest, another liquidity grab, boom, went back here, created an equal high, then boom, lower low, lower low, higher low, lower low, boom, higher high, broke it, broke above this line. Okay. Now, what can we expect for it to go back to the most recent resistance zone or supply? Okay, resistance became supply. So now it's supply, right? Now we're just waiting for it to tap here. But listen, this support or resistance became support. This resistance was broken. Okay, imagine this was a roof. The roof was broken. Now, every time it breaks a roof, it comes back to bounce on that roof, right? So we expect it to come bounce on this roof. Let me just give me a second. Bounce on this roof. 1 hour candles. This resistance, I mean, this demand zone is so strong. It was attempted. It price attempted to break it one, two, three, four, five, 6 times, but it was unable. Actually, 5 times, but it was unable to break it. So, what we're looking for is we're looking to understand what's going on inside. Why did price not break this demand zone? Okay, and if you zoom in 15 minutes, you can actually start knowing what is going on before most traders, you know. So before most traders, you can understand exactly what's going on. Okay, there's a lot of rejection here. Okay, I don't know, price is struggling to break below this demand zone. So what can I be looking for? Look for break of highs because it's already going up. Okay, so your next mission is to look for break of highs. Now this range, this is the range. Okay, this is the range. The range is supply zone is here, and the other let me delete this. The other line is right here. This one. This is what it is. Let's actually draw it like this. Let's keep a gap, right? So down here. Okay, let's put it in red just to differentiate it, because you know. Actually, let's change the color to this. Okay, dirty red color, right? Let's put it dirty red, and let me show you guys what exactly is going on. Okay, so it broke the range. The range became support, created a high right here, then created a low. This low was later broken, but that break wasn't as effective and as strong as concrete, right? So you can see, created a high, created a low, created a lower high, broke this low, fake out as fuck, lower high again, broke it, but didn't break this recent low. Boom, created a higher low, went up. So it's a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of chaos, right? But then came back, created this sub range, okay? This sub range, wait, let's actually do this, bring it higher, a little bit higher, right? Created the sub range. Now the sub range hasn't been able to break its supply, neither the demand that he created right here, the second low that he created, okay? Hasn't been able to break it. Let's lower it just a little bit, okay? Let's lower it just a little bit. Lock it up. Now, we're expecting for price to break these highs, okay? High, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We're expecting it you're expecting for it to break this this high. That is what we're expecting. We're expecting for price. Let me actually just put a line, right? This is what we're expecting price to do. Price has to break this high, this higher high, okay, and create a higher low, okay. So that's what we're expecting for price to do. But we're gonna wait until it gets out of this trend, right? I drew this trend supply zone. We're gonna wait for it to get out of this supply trend zone, right? Okay, the supply trend zone, right? This line right here, okay, and then we can think about taking the next trade, okay, within the range, or we could just be safer and wait for it to come out of the range, and then we could start taking effective and more precise and more better quality trades. All right. Um, I think that concludes the whole video. Bitcoin. I'll share another video going into detail with the Bitcoin and how it's performing and how it's going to perform and what I expect it to, where I expect it to go. Okay. But thanks for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you learned a lot from what I showed you. Take this information very seriously, because this will change the way you trade and the way you just see the charts. I know it's simple, basic information. This is probably the most basic information that you can find out there, but just keep it basic, keep it simple. Things are not as complicated as we think, and sometimes we think we need to add more, but in reality, we just need to add less or take out more, right? So thanks for watching my video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, because I'll be posting more videos like this, and have a good day. Love you. Bye.